Hi guys, welcome back to Graham Cracker Minutes. As you seen from yesterday's video, I fixed the snow shovel. I used it a little bit and I hate it. This is bending and it's really dumb. And this handle is way too big for it really. So I'm just gonna cut this and I'm gonna build my own like blade and shovel. I've got some 1/8 inch and some 3/16 steel. The 3/16 I'm gonna use for my blade. And the 1/8 inch I'm going to use for my actual shovel itself. I'm going to put side pieces so it's not as flimsy. This is obviously aluminum, so it's thinner, but it's easier to bend. But this is bending really easy, and I don't like it, so I'm going to put a little like flange here, and I'm going to try to bend some 1/8 inch. So we're going to see how that goes. I've never done it before. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the thing I put on here yesterday, the handle. I'm going to cut it off. I'm going to use a Sawzall with a metal blade. You can use a grinder too. It really doesn't matter. Make sure to wear safety glasses, guys. Come on. Okay, your second step is cutting your piece of steel. This is 1/8 inch steel. I'm gonna cut it with my Eastwood 60 plasma cutter. Okay, I got my line here made. I just measured it across from here to here. Did the same thing. A little trick is, if you got a plasma cutter or even a torch, like oxyacetylene torch for cutting, if you get these like magnets, they go on like, they're made to go on like a workbench or something to stick the tools on and stuff. If you get one and turn it upside down and lay it across, you can cut a straight line. If you go to your welding supply store, they sell the same thing for like 50 bucks, or you can buy this for 5 bucks at Harbor Freight. Yeah, it's a great tool. Okay, I went ahead and cut this. I already hit the slag off with a hammer. Now I'm just gonna grind it with a flap disc. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is, when I got this piece, it probably came out of something where they were using like a CNC plasma cutter. Well, it has where they started here. It has a little loop. I'm just gonna weld this seam a little bit. I'm gonna use my Lincoln 211 and with flux core 035. I was running dual shield the other day and I don't feel like changing my wire out, so that's what I'm using. I would use just regular solid wire, but okay, I got this all welded up, and don't mind the blood. For some reason, I'm bleeding now. I don't know. Now I'm gonna try to bend this. I'm gonna do it a couple different ways. Man, I'm pouring the blood. I'm gonna do it in a couple different ways. My first way is my general way of doing it, which is clamping it with a piece of metal going across and just bending it down with like a crescent wrench. But I have a cheap bender that my grandpa had. I think it's from Harbor Freight. I'm gonna try it out. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I got the piece of 1/8 inch steel and a brake. This is like a cheap Harbor Freight brake, and I think this is how it goes. I'm not quite sure. I found it like this in my garage. It was my grandpa's. So it has like this piece of aluminum or stainless or something. I don't really know what it is. Probably steel, really, because it's got a little bit of rust on it. Then you just clamp it, it looks like. And I clamped it to my table because it used to have a stand, but I cut the stand up for another project, which I probably shouldn't have done, but it's okay. And then I think you just pull this back, so I'm not quite sure, but we're gonna see. Okay, we're gonna try this here. Well, maybe. We might be trying. Okay. Okay, so what I had to do was I had to flip this around, so then I can stand and do like this. But we're gonna see. This might be too thick for this, I don't know. Gotta tighten these down a little bit. We might not be doing this actually. Okay, I tried to bend that on that brake that I have and the brake's not working well. This is probably too thick for it. So I'm probably just not gonna bend it at all. Probably a bad idea, but Yeah, I don't really know. Actually, I might try to bend it, but I might try to bend it with crescent wrenches. I'd like it to have a little bit of bend, but we'll see. I don't really know. I know I want to put some sides on it, and obviously the handle, because here I go scooping my snow, you know. Okay, the brake didn't work, so I'm gonna try this. I got the piece of metal from the brake and 2 clamps on the edge of my welding table, and I'm gonna use some crescent wrenches here. Put them on there, get them kind of tight. This can really work with anything. The best way to do this too is with a smaller piece of metal and a vise. So this works pretty good. Okay, I think what I kind of decided here is this is a little too thick to bend, but I bent this edge right here, this lip. I'm gonna put my cutting edge on here, and I'm probably just gonna make it out of a 1/4 inch piece of steel that I'm gonna like polish up a little bit, or a piece of stainless if I have it. I don't really know, because the stainless won't wear as bad. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do now is I've got it at 4.5 from this line, and it's 2 inches from this line. So I bent that back a little bit for the cutting edge. I think what I'm gonna try to do is hammer this a little bit. I think that might be the smartest way to do it. That worked. Okay, I got me another line here that I'm gonna do it on. Just doing a little bit of bend, just make it look like a snow shovel, really. Okay, I got this all bent up. It was pretty hard. 1/8 inch might be a little too thick for this, but it's a little bent. It'd be easier if I had an actual brake, not a Chinese Harbor Freight piece of junk. But it does the job, I guess. It'll work pretty good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my handle, and I think I'm gonna put it on here, somewhat like that. This will be like the back. So, but I'm gonna notch this out. Then it'll be flat on there. And then I'll probably take 2 pieces of metal, put on each side, and weld it really strong. I make everything way heavy duty than it needs to be, so yeah. Okay, now I'm gonna cut this. I'm gonna cut this straight because when I cut it with the Sawzall, it's a little crooked. And I'm gonna cut out that little thing that I was talking about. It's flat on the blade itself. I'm just gonna use a grinder. Okay, the way I'm gonna figure out it's straight is I'm gonna put a level across there. Okay, so that's pretty level there. So now I'm just gonna take my Sharpie and I'm gonna go across here like so. I'm just gonna kind of look down the pipe, see if it's level. This ain't gonna be perfect, but hey, it's a snow shovel. I'm gonna make this about 5.5 inches, so it's 5.5 inches of weld. I'm just gonna cut that. Okay, I got that all cleaned up, or cut out. I gotta clean it now with a flat disc. Okay, I got that all cleaned up, ground down, ready to weld. Okay, now I'm going to put this onto here. I'm gonna put it on the back side like a traditional shovel would be. Just put it, that's hot. Put it on there and weld it, and then I'm gonna put 2 little plates over it. A little cap, because I don't want this thing to get salt and everything else. I got the handle welded to the piece of steel. I made this little piece right here. It's a little hot. I just bent it in the vise. It's a piece of the pipe that I cut off of here, and I'm just gonna weld it so it kind of looks like it blends in really well. This is on the front part. The back, I just took little 6 little like 1/2 inch welds. Okay, I got this piece that I just showed welded in and ground down. It looks pretty smooth. Looks like a piece of cast actually. So I got that all done. That doesn't look the best, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much done. One thing, I'm gonna put a cutting edge on it, but I don't think I'm gonna do it right now. I wanna really go push some snow with it. This isn't really a shovel, it's more of a pusher. So yeah, I might put wheels on it. I've seen people do that. So I got the snow shovel done. It works pretty good. I can't really film how it works because it's dark outside. But it works really good for like breaking ice and pushing. I would not shovel with it because it probably weighs like 20 pounds. You could probably make this out of some thinner steel. It would do a lot better. But I'm gonna need to sharpen it a little bit and maybe put a cutting edge, but that'll be another video probably, or a short. If you guys like the video,